Okay, I think it's safe to say we're ready to get going. And we are live. Take these off for a quick second so I can talk to y'all and hear myself. So, welcome back, obviously, to our life, beginnings and always. We are continuing our little romance with Cove. And before I really get into anything, there's been an update again to the setup. So obviously I got my new PC, I got my lights, my camera, my beautiful screen, and also I figured out how to set up my beloved digital tablet that I lovingly named Obsidian. She is hooked up to the PC itself, and I made a discovery that hooking her up has made her a new monitor. So I'm able to have the game up here and look at you lovely viewers. And then also below me, I have her right here, so I can keep an eye on how the stream's doing. So no more clicking back and forth, pausing for long periods, and then clicking back and forth again. It's like right all here in front of me. I can see the stream right here, and it looks good. We sound good. Chat's right in front of me too, so if you're chatting live with me, I can see your response immediately and chat with you as I go. And yeah, that's basically it. Again, I'm super excited to be returning to this game because technically I had recorded part 4 previously, but I accidentally deleted it when I was in the process of deleting some old live streams that had not gone well. So we're basically kind of redoing it, and plus there were some choices I made in part 4 that I didn't like, and I think I was also half asleep when I was playing it, and that's not what you guys want. You want good quality, you want me being engaging with you. Oops, sorry, hit the microphone. And yeah. And already we have a viewer! Hey Andrew, what's up? Inferno Gaming Bro, what's up? Welcome to the not actiony game. We're doing romance. Do we sound good, man? Do we look good? I hope we do. Alright. And I already know a good friend of mine's also going to be joining much later. Currently, they're on a walk with their mom. My dear friend Danny. So, Danny, hopefully when you join, we'll be at a good point in the game. I don't know. Let me answer their message real quick. Can't wait for you to join. Okay. We're good. We feel good. We look good. I know I keep tapping the mic by accident. I'm so sorry. Because my mic's right in my headphones and I'm constantly touching my headphones. Okay. When we're tapping the headphones, I'll try to not tap it. I promise. Not that that's gonna work well for me, but we'll see. Okay. Alright. So we're continuing with our character that I've named Phoenix Rosa. Kind of wanted to go for a neutral name. I think I did things the same way I did in like my previous part. Again, I had to replay a lot of these parts just to get back to where I was, because this is on a new PC. All my old files are on my laptop. Hopefully it works out. So here we are. We're in step 2. Step 2 is our adolescence. And we got a range of different stories to journey to. And also, it looks like we have a new option called change page. And here is the moments with another character who we met previously called Derek. Derek, he's one of our friends. This is for moments with him, uh, to build a romance with him if we pursue him instead of Cove. Yeah, I took your advice, man. I decided to change the quality of the video, and I'm glad it's looking better. Alright. But yeah, these DLCs are not available yet. Um, G Games is still working on it. I'm excited for them to keep working on it because I really want to play Derek's moments as well when they come in. But for now, we got Cove. We love Cove. He's a sweet boy. Now to decide which moment to play first. And Andrew, since you're my first and only viewer right now, how about you pick which moment we play first? I'm giving you full range, buddy. So I'll wait on you. Awesome. Good to see that the chat is working as well. I can see it popping up on the screen. All right. I think I'll play up to 5 moments like I did with my last playthroughs. Ooh, road trip. That's one of my favorite ones. All right, road trip it is. All right. Even though you were awake, the sun had barely peeked its head above the horizon, and the sky above was still dark, though lightning by the minute. Usually you wouldn't be up so early, especially during summer vacation, but today was different. Today, instead of the lazy days you were used to, everything around you was a flurry of activity as both your family and Coves prepared for what lay ahead. Because parked in the street just outside your house was a massive RV camper, so big you couldn't even see Cove's house behind it. Yeah, this one's my favorite one. So cute. His parents had rented the RV for a few days to take him on a short road trip to see the Redwood National Park. I keep forgetting that this game's based in California. Like, we're apparently in a made-up place in California. He glanced at Cove, who was standing nearby, taking in the scene in front of him. The prospect of the trip had been a mixed bag for him, but it was only 3 days, so it seemed he was dealing with it the best he could. Especially now that you and your family were joining them. You weren't sure exactly how it happened. You knew your parents and Coves had spoken to each other often, and somewhere along the way, plans were made after Cliff offered to share the space. The parents all thought of it as a fantastic idea. We just love when parents make ideas without asking the kids. You had already gotten a good look inside while helping load everything in, and you had to admit that, well, it was a really big car, fitting that many people inside was going to be snug. Yeah, because there's me, there's Cove, there's Cliff, there's Kaya, or Kaya, I think? Cove's mom, our moms, and then our sister. That's 7 people in an RV at once. Oof. My mouse is on screen. Oopsies. Forgot to take the mouse off the screen. My bad. Move it or lose it, kiddo. Mom bustled past with a cooler in one hand and a large bottle of water in the other. She was upbeat for this early in the morning. Ma, however, seemed to be on the other side of the wavelength. She followed behind her wife, dragging her feet on every step. I'm gonna need a whole jug of coffee once we hit the road. Yeah, it is a lot of people. Ah, I love seeing our moms. They're so pretty. Mm. What smile? What smile? Mine or the games? Um, let's see. Personally, I don't like being up early in the morning, so I think I'm going to relate with my ma. You could relate to ma. It was way too early. Come on, let me hit enter. You yawned and rubbed at your eyes, still sleepy from the early morning wake-up call. The air outside was still damp from dew that helped make you feel a little bit more alert. Oh, oh, that's mean. I like her smile. I like my mom's smile. But then again, I think I'm used to it. I'm used to seeing both of them. And then at the end of the chain came your sister. She had a bone to pick before the trip officially started. Her rattling off critiques added some level of normalcy to everything new going on. I don't get why I have to sleep in the bed tonight. Phoenix is the youngest, and I'll never fall asleep in that loft. We're trying to make things fair on everyone. If you want to play the older card, you should be offering to take the loft both nights. It's important for big siblings to make sacrifices for their younger ones. Andrew, that's rude. Elizabeth huffed, not happy with that answer in the slightest, but folded her arms, leaning back against the side of the RV. The trip plans had been nailed down prior, the sleeping arrangements included. Elizabeth still held her own objections with them. There was a main area of the RV with a couch, loft, and some floor space. At the end of the car was a room with a large bed. Your moms were sharing the bed. It was Kyra, my bad, on the couch, and father and son intended to sleep on the floor. The adults determined you and Elizabeth would switch between the small loft above the driver's seat and sharing the bed with the moms. Uh, Personally, I don't like sleeping in a loft. I slept in one at my friend Danny's place. It was a loft kind of bunk bed-ish thing. That made me very, very anxious, but I've slept in them before. They're pretty okay. So I'm going to say, uh, let's see. It's kind of for the Cove to sleep on the floor. After all, it was supposed to be a trip for him and his family before yours ended up coming along too. Now he had been kicked out of every bed-like space and put on the floor. Poor kid. There had to be another way to organize things so it'd be better for him. Okay, so I could offer to sleep somewhere else, say nothing, or share the loft with Cove, or at least suggest it. The loft honestly can't fit more than one people, really. What am I gonna say? I think I'm gonna pick this. Cove and I could share a loft when I'm up there. I don't mind making room for him. You took a glance over at Cove, but noticed that he wouldn't meet your eye in return. He wasn't able to say anything in response to the suggestion either. No. The loft is too tiny for two people, even if those people are teens. The last thing we need is one of you rolling off and crushing poor Cliff beneath you. Who will take over his driving shifts? The three other parents all laughed at your mom's joke. You finally caught Cove's eye, and he gave you a tiny smile before shrugging. With a sigh, you had to admit defeat. Darn. Shucks. Alright, you lot. Does everyone have everything they need? We're heading out in 5 minutes. Now's the time to double check. You don't want to forget something important. At the word, Elizabeth yelped and dashed back into the house, her bed head bouncing behind her as she went. Ma came over and gave you a smile, setting her hands on her hips. How about you, Phoenix? Do you have all your clothes packed? Toiletries, deodorant, floss? Anything else you can think of? Huh. I don't know. I tend to be one of those people that at least forgets one thing. So we're gonna run back inside. Sprinting up the stairs to the bathroom, you grabbed your toothbrush from beside the sink before heading back down. I'm that person who forgets to bring a toothbrush while camping. You were glad you were reminded to grab it after having left it out to use this morning. It would have been embarrassing if you couldn't brush your teeth for the next few days. Yes, it would. Your mom was still there, waiting with a knowing expression as you walked out again. Got everything now, Phoenix? Yeah. With a few minutes left to spare before leaving, you mentally went over what you packed for the trip. Clothing, a pillow and blanket, usual day-to-day gear for most people. You also had more personal things such as... Okay, this is where we get crazy and stuff. Let's see. What should we bring with us? Well, personally, as an artist, I'm bringing pencils and paper. You had been prepared in case you saw something to sketch at the park, or if you had to write anything down, or if you need to pass the time just doodling. MP3 player with headphones? Always good to keep. With so much time going to be spent driving in the car, you wanted to make sure you'd be able to have some music to put on. Casual look at the time. Always good to keep a gaming console with us. The drive to the Redwood National Park would take an entire day one way, so you wanted to make sure you had a way to entertain yourself while traveling there and back. I have done many trips taking either a Game Boy or a DS with me. And now that I have a Switch, I also bring that with me if I have to travel anywhere. Just video games, man. It's a good way to pass the time. I think that's a good amount of things. Not sure. Nope. Oh no, we lost Andrew. So sad. Where? You gently shift these down a little bit so I can hear myself better. Okay. I think that should be everything. Hey, let me take that for you, Phoenix. Let's throw it in the RV. There's a few spots left, it'll fit. You let Kyra take your bag and gave her a grateful smile. There's nothing left to do. You watched the others get ready for the trip. Kyra and Cliff seemed to have the most energy of anyone. They were finishing packing the suitcases away while your moms had gone to lock up the house. They high-fived whenever one another got crammed into the storage compartments. It's so stupid. Even though your own parents were more low-key than Cove's, you could tell they were both excited for the trip. It had been a while since your family had been away anywhere together. Elizabeth skipped towards the RV, a bag slung over her shoulder, and you were surprised to see she seemed more optimistic about the whole ordeal now. She's got something up her sleeve. I just know it. She's sneaky. She's being sneaky. Usually she wasn't one to exit the confines of her room unless it was for TV or food or to leave her family behind to be with friends. You would have thought 3 whole days packed in RV with 6 others would be too much for her. But it was a nice surprise. You suppose Jenny's vacation was way better than no vacation in her mind. Cove had been pretty quiet so far, and more than anything, he seemed to be overwhelmed by the situation. Oh, poor baby. Um, I don't know. I guess I would be. I'll say I'm eager to get to the destination, at least. You've been looking up the park online and couldn't wait to explore everything it had to offer. Soon the miscellaneous remaining tasks had all been wrapped up. Everyone piled into the RV. It was officially timed for the trip to start. Bleh, reading. And it did. Cliff took the first shift driving. He cautiously navigated the massive car out of the narrow neighborhood streets. That's the one thing that sucks about RVs. Is that they're so big, you have to be very careful navigating through the street. Same with trailers, just even driving with a trailer behind you. I would know. My family's traveled with one. It was touch and go for the first part of the journey. Your moms and Kyra were all huddled in the front, trying to get a view of how much space they had on each side. There was a sense of relief when the first long leg of the trip was hit, and the RV would only need to go down one stretch of the highway for miles. The mom group cleared out of the driver's area, leaving Cove's dad to it, taking more comfortable seats around the main cabin. You felt like you could finally relax now, too. Time slipped by as morning faded away. Before you realized it, the engine of the RV came to a stop, but only halted for a few moments as Cliff climbed out of the driver's seat and Mom took over. Ma was sitting shotgun, giving Mom a quick tutorial on controls as it was her first time driving anything this large. Good choice. That's a joke. Obviously a joke. Cliff groaned and headed towards the rest of you, stretching his arms above his head and loosening up his muscles. We're making good progress. Yeah, maybe you should take a nap in the back for a while. That was a long haul you just did, and I know you're on less sleep than usual. Cliff waved a hand, that trademark grin of his slipping into place. Why are these two just so freaking pretty? I can't understand why they're so pretty. Just so pretty. I don't need sleep. I've still got a few miles in the old tank. He flexed an arm, showing off his muscles to drive the point on how resilient he was home. And Kyra rolled her eyes in amusement. Dad, everybody has to sleep. Cove shook his head at the tough guy act, though Cliff simply chuckled and ruffled his son's hair. Are you going to be driving again anytime soon, Mr. Holden? I want to know so I can prepare. Did anyone pack some rope? I might need it. There's no seatbelts up here. Elizabeth called down from where she was lounging in the loft above the driving compartment. Oh, yeah, she's in the loft above the driver's seat. Honestly, I would be too. It's like, I would rather be anywhere except where it's really crowded. She was lying on her back, her hair falling over the side and swinging around until the RV started up again, took off down the road. A bag of potato chips was balanced on Elizabeth's stomach, and she tossed a couple in her mouth right as Cliff held a hand to his chest, pretending to be offended by the remark. Kyra laughed lightheartedly. Lucky for all of us, we have enough adults to cover the shifts today. He won't be driving again until tomorrow. I'm going to jokingly say just enough time to write up my last will and testament. Not you two. The rest of the group laughed while Cliff pouted. You gave him an apologetic shrug. Momman shouted back in her seat to join the conversation, a playful smile tilting her lips. What I'm more worried about is this old monster getting us there and back again before falling apart. Looks as though this was built in the early 90s. It must be older than some of the occupants. That's just the aesthetic of the decor. It's not that old. I think. Did you ask what year the model was before you rented it? Kyra wrinkled her nose and thought. Yes, I did. I just can't remember what the answer was. Cliff chuckled at her while the rest of you let out a collective sigh. Oh no. I think some of the characters are like late 90s to 2000s kids. I think at least, yeah, like our character Cove and our sister, I think we're all like late 90s babies at most. I think. I'm not sure. The RV lurched a little as it picked up speed, and you held onto the ladder to the loft to keep your balance. You felt something graze the top of your head before a light weight settled on your brown hair. When you tilted your chin up carefully to look, you heard the rustling of the bag of chips and realized Elizabeth had rested the end of it on your head. She gestured to the opening, silently offering to share her snack. Oh, what a good sister. Oh, take some chips. Reaching up, you scooped up some chips. After that, the weight of the packet had left your scalp. You happily munched away as conversation continued on, and you got closer and closer to your destination. The day flew by with the rest of the group of you chatting, playing games, passing the time together, or finally arriving at the park and setting up for the night. Ma was closing the windows while everyone got ready for bed, saying goodnight to the others as she made her way to the back room. You had all had dinner while still driving, and some hours after you had arrived at your destination, you found a spot in the park to rest for the rest of your stay. Cannot read tonight. Giving a look across the front of the RV, you noticed almost everyone there was already dozing off where they were, with Cove having completely fallen asleep, curled up in the passenger seat. Oh. He must have done so while Cairo was driving the last leg, and they had decided not to disturb him. Cairo herself was the only one up who was still awake, flipping through a magazine next to the portable light from her spot on the couch. What was that soft spot? I don't know if the couch is soft. It seemed Mr. Holden needed to sleep despite his claims. You followed your moms into the back room and closed the door behind you, before crawling into bed between them. It was a queen-size bed, so there was enough space for all three of you together without too much squishing. I miss sleeping in a queen size. Get a good rest, Phoenix. We've got a big day ahead of us tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the bushwalk in the morning. It's been a long time since I was out in nature like this. There will be plenty for us to see. You stayed awake for a little while longer while your moms whispered about the park and the forest in general. With the sound of their voices in the background, you eventually nodded off to sleep. Okay, I'm gonna gently put the headphones back on. Ah. Alright. The next morning, you were up bright and early preparing for the day ahead. Yeah, I tend to sleep okay. It was nothing compared to your bed at home, but at least you didn't have to sleep on the floor, so you couldn't complain too much. Ma whined a bit about the firmness of the mattress, but Mom had only encouraged her to enjoy the trip while she could. I'm also going to take the opportunity to remove its lipstick because I thought it was going to look good. It does not look good. Ah, man. It stained my lips. Oh well. At least it's mostly off. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. While looking for a spot to get ready, you had some trouble finding a space of your own as others were doing the same. Cove was perched on top of the couch, brushing his hair and tucking up his legs every time someone wanted to move past. I'm just gonna gently, there we go. The parents were checking, double checking, and triple checking that you had everything, to the point you had stopped listening to them altogether. You knew that you wouldn't be returning to the RV at all that day, but by the look of the backpacks that were packed up and ready to go, you doubted anything was missing from them. It didn't take much longer until you exited the RV in the bustle and headed into the Redwood National Park. Wow. I keep forgetting some of the lines are voiced. Like, very few lines. Ah, my earring's caught. My earring's caught. Okay. Where's my mic? There it is. Okay. Cove tilted his head up towards the canopy of trees, his eyes wide as he took in the massive trunks on either side of you. He knew that redwood trees were considered the tallest trees on Earth, but you weren't prepared for exactly how huge they would be in person. Smile, you two! You spun just in time for Kyra to snap a picture of you and Cove together before she pointed her camera to Cliff, trying to get a shot, despite his weak protest that she should just enjoy the moment. Okay. I think this is a key moment also in the game where if certain choices and if you have certain feelings towards Cove, they affect your relationship. But I'm not sure. I don't remember. Your parents were walking behind the group a little, with Mom telling Ma some information she had read about the park in a brochure. Um, Sorry, chickens are in the thing. Okay. I keep forgetting how uncomfortable these headphones really are. Itchy. Ma listened happily while looking around and taking in the sights, every now and then asking a question or making a joke about something Mom had said. He smiled at them, thinking your mom must have read a lot of pamphlets to know that much about the park. I'm gonna paraphrase a few times. I can't help it. Maybe you should come and work here as a tour guide if you know so much about the place. Elizabeth teased, earning a squeeze on the nose from your mom. She seemed to be enjoying herself, but you thought that might be because she was amused by everyone else's reactions. I would love to see redwood trees in real life. I have not yet. I've not had that pleasure. I feel like I would be fascinated by my surroundings. Bird calls echoed all around you, and once or twice something would rustle in the underbrush. You strained your eyes through the trees for any sign of wildlife and managed to catch a glimpse of a rabbit bounding through the foliage. Once upon a time, I didn't know how to pronounce that word. The adults had decided on some casual nature walks rather than any serious hiking. You strolled along at your own pace, taking in the scenery. Elizabeth sped up a little, smirking at Cove as she fell into place between the two of you. And immediately you could tell by her expression that she was going to say something taunting. Oh boy. Incoming sister teasing. I can't believe our families are actually on vacation together. She threw her arms out, speaking with a genuine sense of bewilderment. I would have joked at something like this happening. But now I'm not sure I want to give them any more ideas. Hi, Danny. I see you. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Cove spared her a look, but said nothing. Instead, continued walking along. Just watch. Next year they'll be talking about their new amazing idea. She put on a fake voice deeper than her own. We should just sell both our houses and move in together. Think of how much we'd save on the mortgage. It was clear that Elizabeth was being sarcastic. Cove simply shook his head, not really bothered by her. You supposed he was used to it by this point. But seriously, they really act like we're a single family, just because we live across the street from each other. I'm sorry your tummy was hurting, Danny. Was it something you ate? Did dinner not settle well with you? Honestly, I can't blame you. I think my dinner's not settling with me either. I probably shouldn't be drinking tea then either, because that's gonna screw me up even worse. Let's see. Elizabeth gave you and Cove a look, her eyes glinting with mischief as she leered at you. Maybe one day we will be related legally, anyway. She said it as though she was a gossipy old lady. But she almost immediately dropped the tone and nonchalantly said her real thoughts. At least that's what Ma thinks. Cove still blushed, which made Elizabeth smile triumphantly, as though it was her whole purpose for teasing him. Danny, you gotta be careful, man. Don't eat so much. Then he mumbled quietly, refusing to make eye contact with either of you. I don't know why you think you're so funny when no one else does. Ooh, how should we respond? I don't know. I really actually don't know how to respond this time. I've kind of forgotten how I've responded in the past, in previous playthroughs. I could tell her to cut it out, or say that Cove has a point, or I can jokingly, or not jokingly say I'll marry Cove, ignore my sister, or just be embarrassed. You know, I'm also a simple man. I love steak too, but I have limits as well. Hmm. I don't know how to respond. Danny, help me. Pick an option. I don't know what to pick. I really don't know how to respond. Shoot. Yeah, I was also thinking probably not that one either. Hmm. Uh, he most likely will take that either too literally or not literally enough. I guess I'll just ignore her. I do that when Cedric bothers me. Sorry, Jin. Keep forgetting to use his YouTube name sometimes. You said nothing, choosing to let your sister prattle on to her heart's content. You knew from years of experience that the best way to annoy Elizabeth was by not giving her attention at all. Are you even listening? Huh? Did you say something? She huffed at you for that one. Oopsies. Sorry, buddy. I didn't see your comment. Sorry! Ugh. The day continued on with plenty to see and experience. You passed a few different activities that you would have liked to try out if you had the time, such as kayaking and rock climbing, but Ma said that would have to wait for another trip. Boo. That's boring. There was a little stream during the walk that you sat beside and set out a picnic for lunch, nibbling on the selection of fruit, sandwiches, and chips. Various birds flew overhead, and you made a game out of guessing the species that were hanging out in the trees nearby. You even managed to get a couple of them right, including the kingfisher that grabbed half of Cliff's sandwich. Aw, poor Cliff lost some of his sandwich. Poor man. I'll say I was glad we got to do this in the end. Because honestly, even if I don't like going camping or going on road trips, I ended up having fun in the meantime because, with friends and family. It was definitely a special experience, one that you'd remember for a long time to come. You smiled to yourself, committing the sights and sounds to memory. Your group made its way back to camp just as the sun was setting in the sky and stars were appearing one by one. Everyone had enjoyed different parts of, of it most. You traded stories and what you thought while you were eating dinner. Then afterwards, you pitched in to help clean up. You, along with Elizabeth and Cove, got to head back to the RV early and spend some time together while the parents stayed outside longer. It was nice to have the space to yourselves after a cramped journey there. And while Elizabeth had locked herself in the back room with her headphones, you and Cove were left in the main lounge area. Ooh, we're all alone. So we could either go up to the loft by ourselves, or we can hang out with Cove. Let's see. Alone time. Alone time with boy. Oh, I'm making this way too immature. I'm so immature. Welcome back, Danny. Glad you're on the proper account. Just deciding whether or not I'm going to just go do my own thing or to hang out with the cute boy. And while I'm thinking of it, let me save, because I have not saved in a while. Yes, alone time with boy. Why are we immature? Okay, let me save real quick. Because it's been a minute since I've saved. Okay. Am I out? There we go. We're gonna go hang out with Cove. I guess we should figure out something to do. You took a seat on the sofa while Cove sat down on the other end, tapping his fingers against his knees. Your cheeks warmed a little at that. The butterflies in your stomach were out in full force tonight. Oh, I forgot. For feelings towards Cove, I chose, I think, nervous crush. So, oh boy. Because also, depending on your emotions towards Cove, it makes your interactions with him vary. I really like this. Dude, I don't know. I'm just having fun here. But yeah. So, like, if we were to choose, like, indifferent, we obviously wouldn't be having, like, butterflies in our tummy. If we were to choose fond, I think with fond, you still have, like, kind of, like, cutesy interactions with him. But with crush, if you have a crush on him, you have more, flirty interactions or kind of just, in general, awkward teen moments. Like this one right now. You'd seen Cove nearly every day for the past 5 days. 5 years. Can't read. Can't read. But seeing him in a jacket was still somewhat unusual. In Southern California, he could get away with that. Little crush, oh my lord. Again, I'm still reeling by the fact that this game takes place in California, where we live, Danny. This game takes place where we live. It's weird. It was a simple difference from his normal style, yet you couldn't help noticing the way he looked. It made you feel incredibly awkward to be thinking such things. Why did you have to be like this? When Cove cleared his throat, your eyes snapped to his. He had an eyebrow raised and had clearly caught you staring at him. Is everything okay? It's hmm. Callie squad. Yo. Um, I don't know what to pick. I've played this game so many times and it still makes me feel awkward. Um, pick. I feel awkward. Shoot. I don't want to take all night with this damn stream, so I should probably pick soon. Mild flirt. Let's go. Let's flirt. You look good in the jacket. That's all. Ooh, this blush. This is just so freaking cute. I love him so much. He's such a sweet babe. Cove immediately blushed at the unexpected compliment. He didn't say anything in return, and you thought you should explain it further. Why should I explain further? There's no need to explain a compliment. You know, I hardly ever see you wearing a jacket, especially in summer. Oh, yeah, I like wearing as few layers as possible. It's easier that way. I'd rather it be cold than extra hot. It's kind of a pain to carry extra clothes around. My parents made me bring this jacket. Danny, shush. Honestly, I agree with Cove's logic about the extra layers. I'd rather be freezing than extra hot. But then again, I'm also the person who's been wearing a hoodie this entire summer. So, I think I need to shut up. Um, I love layers and accessories too. It's probably why I have a closet almost filled to the brim at home. Cove smiled lightly at you and nodded. I've noticed. You perked up at hearing that. He noticed you too? Mmm. 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 Dude, honestly, closet. Like, I have so many hoodies and jackets. I like hoodies. It's comfortable. Plus, in a hoodie, I can zip it up. No one has to know I'm not wearing a bra. Like literally, it's the best. It's the best. Anyway, I'm gonna ask what he likes to see others wear. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna be dangerous. I'm gonna be flirty. I'm gonna do it. So, what type of stuff do you think looks good on somebody else? Not for yourself. Ko's eyes widened at the question, and his defensive reply seemed to slip out before he had a chance to think proper about it. Nothing! A short laugh escaped you, and you stopped yourself quickly with a hand pressed to your mouth. Come on, you know that's not what I meant. You composed yourself and sat up straighter, all traces of laughter disappearing from your face. Answer with what you mean then. Isn't there anything at all you think looks good when you see it on someone? Cove mumbled under his breath, and you couldn't quite catch the words. He was having a difficult time with the subject. Poor awkward boy. I'm not gonna be mean about it, so I'm gonna just be gently say, I swear I won't make fun of you. That's not really it. Cove seemed pretty grumpy about your statement, but you weren't ready to give up so easily. Please. Cove sighed and looked down at his lap, where he was fidgeting with his hands, still reluctant to give an answer. Oh, I don't know. You made an unimpressed sound over how this was going. Are you sure? Fine. I guess I kind of like ankle bracelets. Ankle bracelets? Yeah, everyone can wear a pretty bracelet. Wrist ones are cool too, but they're pretty normal. There's something fun or flirty about ankle bracelets. Hmm. Flirty, you say? Hmm. Oh, this information's going to great use. This information's going to great use later. It's more special or something. I don't know how to explain it. Cove brushed his knuckles against his cheek awkwardly, seemingly unsure where to go from here. Oh yeah, ankle bracelets are actually really pretty. I don't have any. I would love some though. I forgot that's an I didn't know that was an answer. Oh. Hmm. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. So you think they're sexy? What? No, I can't believe you'd even use a word to describe it. Oh, Cove had been absolutely scandalized by your statement, and you could only laugh. Dude, that is the funniest reaction ever. That poor kid. Oh, we were just torturing this poor kid. When he said nothing else, you took a moment to gather your own thoughts. We are getting an anklet on fast. I can't breathe. Oh my god, we're so bad. We're so bad. We're so bad. But we're totally getting an anklet. Like ASAP. Totally. You needed to see how Cove would react to that. Oh, yes. We need Cove to see us with an anklet on. Maybe a bunch of anklets. Ooh. Maybe get a bunch of them. Heck yeah. Cove looked away again, feeling awkward about this. Oh yeah, Danny, we're getting anklets. We are so gonna get an anklet. You gave him an understanding look, and usually he would start to smile or like normal again. Not this time. His expression only stiffened more. You were surprised to see him like this, as he usually bounced back pretty quickly after being flustered. Oh. Cove? He still wouldn't look at you, and now even his breathing was growing tense. It began to click. He was trying to build himself up enough to say something hard for him. You waited for it silently, until finally he peeked your way through a corner of his eyes. You were fully attentive by this point for whatever he was going to mention next. People having green eyes, that's also something I like. Huh? For a moment you were stunned and at a complete loss for words. That was definitely not something you imagined. That was definitely not where you imagined this was going. Cove faced you head on, expression full of desperate meaning. You got the distinct impression that he hadn't chose that just because he liked the color green. He chose it entirely because it was your eye color. Oh yeah, I forgot when I customized this character, I gave them green eyes. I totally forgot that. Ooh, boy, you flirting? You flirting with me? I'm kidding. I forgot I chose green eyes because, dude, I wish I had green eyes. Was he trying to flirt with you? That was all you could think of. Your legs felt like jelly, and you wondered if you might fall right off the couch. What do you like for another person, Phoenix? Ooh, this is so cute! It's so cute! Ooh, what do I say? What should I say? Oh man. Oh, I don't know what I should say. Oh no. Hmm. I know Cove has worn glasses. I think currently in his teenhood he's wearing contacts, which is why he's not in his glasses like he was in step one. Um, so yeah, I think I could say glasses and say I could say glasses. Maybe that'll get a certain reaction out of him, or I could say blue eyes because his eyes are kind of like a sea green blue. Everything about you, dude. Oh my gosh, we're gonna do it. We're gonna fluster this boy. We're gonna fluster him hard. Everything about you. Cove went still, his eyes widening in surprise. It was definitely a lot for him to hear, but you couldn't help yourself. It was the truth. You adored him. And now you were both flirting with each other. He placed his hands in his lap and looked down. It seemed he hadn't expected to get this far and didn't know where to go from there. Oh. With the topic abruptly dropped off, Cove officially had no more to say on it. Darn it, the parents came back. Darn. The parents all arrived soon after, each of them climbing into the RV and finding some place to sit down and rest their legs. Elizabeth, having heard the commotion, came out from her room for the first time since arriving and joined you all. You spent the evening chatting and playing a few games, enjoying the last evening of your trip together. Boo! Give me more alone time with Cove. Boo! Bedtime arrived within a blink of an eye. As the group hunkered down for the night, your mom did a final round to be sure nothing had been left behind. She explained that Cliff was going to start driving early in the morning, like on the first day, but would be letting everyone else in the group sleep. There wouldn't be a need for all of them to get up. Now is the time to check if you hadn't left anything outside. You, as well as everyone else, were confident that you had it all packed up inside the RV, which meant it was time to get some rest before the journey tomorrow. Your moms and Elizabeth had said goodnight and headed to the back room while you climbed up into the loft. Yay! Loft beds. Totally love loft beds, Danny. Wink, wink. Loft beds suck. Cove and his family got situated below in the previously set arrangement. You tried to get comfortable as a million thoughts were running through your mind. It was hard to believe the trip was practically over. Before you knew it, you'd be back in your own bed at home. I enjoyed the adventure. It was short, that was for sure, but you got to see and do so much during your time here. All in all, it was a nice break away from home. Yes, I know all about the lofts. I know all about the lofts. Christ. Never want to be in one of those again. That literally got even suggested by my own mother. It's like, oh, if you guys need more space in your rooms, for stuff, we could get you loft beds. And I went, no, No. The minutes ticked by silently. It didn't take long for the soft snores of Cliff and Kyra to drip up to you. They were asleep now. You wondered if Cove was still awake and decided to poke your head out from the loft to find out. You blinked through the dark. Looking down the hall, you noticed Cove laying on his back, eyes staring straight up at the ceiling. His seafoam hair was spread out on his sleeping bag. He must have felt your eyes watching him, because suddenly his eyes locked on yours. It was difficult to see him, and it was difficult to see much in the dim light, but you can make out the crooked smile on his face well enough. I'm gonna wave. I'll wave to him. Cove waved back, still smiling at you through the dim light. I'm gonna ask him to come over to the loft. Cove looked unsure about it, but you were happy to see him slowly start to sit up anyway. His sleeping bag rustled as he moved, though he tried to go slow, and froze up like a deer in headlights every time he made a sound, watching his parents for any sign of movement. Eventually, he managed to maneuver around his sleeping dad and make it to the ladder, standing on the bottom rung where he looked up at you and whispered, "What?" "We're gonna invite him into the loft. We're gonna cuddle. We're gonna cuddle. We're gonna cuddle in secret. Do you want to come up?" His eyes widened, just so. You could only tell because he had come to where you were. Cove glanced back behind him quickly at his sleeping parents before turning back to you. "Okay." He broke out into a grin and scooched back as far as he could, making space for Cove to crawl in. He was very tall, so it wasn't a great fit for him, but he managed to squeeze himself in. Even if you weren't exactly tall, the loft was still a tight squeeze, with the two of you in there together. Danny, you're gonna make me laugh a lot through this whole stream. Oh, oh, look at this. Oh, this must be like a moment. I think. Oh yeah, there are like scenarios where like there are actual picture moments in the game. I think this is one of them. Oh, I think I had already unlocked them all in the on my laptop, but this is the first time we've unlocked it here on I think the PC. Oh, look at his cute face. He's so cute. You laid down next to each other on your sides, face to face. He got under the blanket a bit. One of his arms was nestled under his head for comfort. The other had nowhere to go and was rested alongside his chest on the floor of the loft. Cove spoke softly. "Please don't stop. Quit." "So, what am I doing here?" um, I thought we could hang out. Co's eyebrows dipped. He probably thought you had something more important than that going on. "I'm not sure about this." Oh, he's blushing. Oh no. Co swallowed loudly, and you notice he wouldn't look at you in the eyes anymore. This is making me really happy, so I can say that. It was nice to know that this didn't seem like nothing to him. You wanted him to take you seriously. You thought back to earlier in the evening, when you and Cove had been talking alone on the sofa. He had definitely been flirting then. And now you were here. Try not to squeal. Try not to squeal. But it's too cute. Um, uh, eats things with love, I don't know. There's just so much. There's so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to calm myself. I'm gonna take a sip. Okay, 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 okay. Uh, we are going to. We're gonna nudge closer. We're gonna nudge closer. We're gonna get closer to him. You inch towards Cove slowly, your legs pressing together in the very limited space. Cove's face flushed dark enough to notice even in the almost pitch black RV cabin. The hand wrist you tightened, falling into a fist. Nudge, nudge, nudge. Is this okay? I'm fine. I mean, I'm not dying or anything. Gee, Cove, why don't you tell us how you really feel? Cove's eyebrows bent up nervously, but his smile widened. He followed your lead and curled himself deeper into the loft and closer to you. He looked away as he did it. There was almost no space between he and you. Cove's breath tickled the side of your face. For a moment, you stayed like that together. Neither of you spoke a word. When your eyes locked again, Cove seemed almost taken aback by the situation, as though it hadn't completely hit him what this was going to feel like to do this until now. Oh my god. Freaking, my heart is like. He opened his mouth to say something, but then shut it tight before anything came out. Oh my god. Okay, there's no way one could go back to sleep like this. Are you kidding me? In real life, how would one go back to sleep after. I'm looking at two specific answers. Because there's no way I'm going back to sleep, and there's no way I'm moving away from him. So it's either snuggle or go for a smooch. Oh man. Oh man. I don't know. Snuggle hours? You think we should just snuggle? Hmm. I'm kind of tempted to see how he'd react if we went for a smooch. But you know what? You probably shouldn't push him that far. So we're just gonna snuggle. Let's just snuggle. Snuggles are enough. He closed the distance completely and nuzzled your face into the crook of his neck under his chin. It was warmer than you thought it'd be. Oh, I can just imagine it in my head. It's so cute. Cove stiffened up and let out a yelp, which he quickly bit down on his lip to stifle. The smooch was very tempting. Smooch was very tempting. And you know what also sucks? Shoot, where's my mouse? We haven't saved since then, so I can't go back and make that answer again. So we're just gonna now have to save here and deal with it. This is why we have save files. If we don't like our answer, we go back. That is if we saved where before the answer. So we gotta deal with the snuggles. Because there's no way I'm going back all the way to here. There's no way. We gotta move on. We gotta move on. He gave you an apologetic look. This still wasn't bad for him, just surprising. After a few more moments, he settled in, his breath deep and steady. He rested his cheek against the top of your head. You could feel his lip curved into a smile, It made you happier to know he was enjoying the moment too. Oh, it's so freaking cute. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna freaking die. The two of you fell asleep long before long, cuddled up together. When you woke the next morning, there was the rumble of the RV as it traveled a long journey home. You noticed quickly that you weren't as warm as you had been during the night, and when you checked next to you, Cove was gone. Uh-oh. I think we got caught. Or at least Cove got caught. Oopsies. Oopsies. Blinking sleepily, you peeked over the edge of the loft to find out where he had gone. Maybe he had snuck back to his spot on the floor during the night. However, you soon noticed him sitting on the couch, talking quietly with his mom. His head hung in embarrassment. Yeah, he got caught. Your movement gave you away, and Kyra suddenly looked up and caught your eye. She simply smiled amusingly at you, and it was obvious what happened. Cove hadn't gotten away with it. They found him there in the loft, and then you woke up while he was trying to explain. Yeah, big whoops. You knew it was going to be a long, long time before you lived this one down, if you ever did. Soon your moms and Elizabeth emerged from their room dressed and ready for the day of travel. You spent most of the day hanging out together in the RV, savoring the last few hours of vacation. Cairo suggested a few different travel games she used to play with Cove when he was younger, and you all had a great time competing against each other. A little later in the day, you tried to talk to Cove about what happened in the loft, but he simply apologized and changed the subject. Oh, poor baby. Probably embarrassed. It was a bit too much for him to try speaking on, especially right now. You understood. When the RV finally pulled onto the street, it was well into the night, and you were looking forward to crawling into your own bed after the last few days. Cannot read. Everyone else must have been feeling the same, because it was mutually agreed on that unpacking and cleaning the RV would wait until the morning. Honestly, I wish I could say the same when coming back from a road trip, but usually we unpack immediately, or at least get all the bags out of the trailer, then clean in the morning. Once home again, you went straight up to your room and dropped onto your bed, shoes and all. I miss being near Cove. I miss being near our sweet boy. The two of you had basically been living together for 3 days. It was nice. But you knew that it wouldn't be the last time. The two of you would spend time together, and that thought comforted you. But with those last few thoughts drifting through your mind, it wasn't long before you dozed off to sleep. Tomorrow, life would go on like normal. Okay, we're an hour in. We've only done one step. God. I think previously I've done like multiple steps in like at least an hour, but then again, I think I was speeding through and didn't have really much of a audience to engage with. Oops, did I hit my mic? Probably did. Okay. Time to pick the next moment. Danny, you get to pick this time because the road trip was picked by Andrew when he was still in chat. So it's your turn to choose. So I'm gonna let you pick what moment we do next. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go try to go to the bathroom real quick. So in the meantime, go ahead and make your selection. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Uh, I think I'm gonna keep my headset off because it can still catch what I'm saying. Okay, perfect. All right. What'd you say? Oh, birthday. That's a good one. Okie dokie, and that's part of the DLC pack. So, typically, birthday isn't accessible to everyone if you only get the main game. It's only if you purchase the special DLC. So, okie dokie. Let's go with birthday. It was a pleasant afternoon. The sun shone brightly, and the breeze tugged lightly from the balloons strung around the park. Cove had just been dropped off at Miranda Eckert's birthday party. I don't know how to say her last name. I think it's Eckert. Okay, my Amazon Echo Dot just talked to me, and I didn't even say its name. And there goes my tablet. Honestly, technology just goes off whenever it wants to. Okie dokie. You didn't really know Miranda. The last year was the first time you had a class with her, and everyone at school knew her as quiet. The shy girl stuck to her own friend group like glue. It had been a surprise that she was having such a big birthday. You looked around in the expansive park, a spacious recreation center in the next town over, and noticed a bouncy castle. Ooh, I haven't been in one of those in years. Is the mic catching me still okay? I can't tell. Usually I have it again over here on my shoulders so it can hear me a lot better, but I can't tell. I think it's catching me okay. Miranda had a bit of a reputation for not caring if she acted mature like other teens sometimes. Other teen, like other teens sometimes did. I'm illiterate. Uh, it made a certain amount of sense that her party would match that. Yeah, it's very kid-like for a teen's birthday party. Oh, the mic's catching me? Cool. Awesome. Um, I think Miranda is sweet because I do know I played this game multiple times and I know she's a very sweet character. So I'm going to say she's very sweet. You had always gotten that vibe that she was nice, and inviting you to her party proved it. You liked that she wasn't obsessed with proving she was grown up. Maybe hanging out today would be fun. You hadn't had a choice in coming here today. Your mom insisted on it after you got the invitation, as well as Cove's mom and dad. So both you and he were driven over to the next town with presents in tow. All the parents had been pretty firm about going to the birthday if you'd been invited. Eh, I do wonder if it's an adult thing that if you get invited to like a birthday party, and even if you don't know the person well, you have to go. As I think I've gone to a few birthday parties where I don't know the person. It's like, why am I here? Like, why am I attending this party with a person for a person I don't know well? I don't know. It's just my thought. You didn't get why it seemed like such a straightforward conclusion to them. Cove made a small noise which caught your attention. He looked around, scanning the area. He fidgeted with his gift in hand. Any idea what we're supposed to do with these? You looked at your own present, then towards the seating area. There was a table filled with snacks and drinks, supplies for various party games. Past all that, you spotted one table in the back that seemed to have a truckload of gifts. You pointed that out to Cove. presents are over there. You probably should drop off our stuff. Cove nodded with a smile and turned to where he gestured. He saw it too. Cool. My voice is getting tired. You and Cove began to walk over to the present table, flattening the well-trimmed grass beneath your feet. You walked past the groups of people, classmates in semicircles broken up into the usual friend groups, trotted away. You, or maybe Cove, received the occasional greeting or friendly nod. However, as you passed by even more people that you had never seen before, you became aware that there were more strangers than there were here than not. Yay. People we don't know. We love that. That's so not awkward. It was more crowded than you expected. Miranda Eckert, the quiet girl, was hosting the most populated birthday party you had been to in a long time. You looked at the new faces and thought you saw something of Miranda in them. Cousins, nieces or nephews, maybe. Parties could be a big deal in her family. The both of you reached the table, set your gifts down in an empty space, brushing some confetti aside. Cove placed his jelly next to it. He looked at the present thoughtfully. Hey, what did you get her? Before you had a chance to answer, Cove opened his mouth again and tapped his gift. I found this sparkly backpack. I figured she could use it for school or a trip or something. Honestly, backpacks are a good gift, I think. Either for travel or, school. Your mom said taking you shopping the other day. You'd search through the store, and ultimately, I'm going to pick necklace and bracelet set. You thought you remembered Miranda wore jewelry. Simple thin bracelets strung up and down her arm. Hopefully, she enjoyed the pieces you chose. A silver-colored bracelet had different pink charms, jangling hearts and kittens, while the princess-length necklace had a similar heart for its centerpiece. When in doubt, go with jewelry. It was a cute set, and much more adorable than adult. He described it to Cove briefly, and he had no objections. Not a bad idea. He brushed his hands against the side of his pants. I really hope Miranda likes her gifts, but I think we both did good. That, he gave you a sunny grin. He touched the gift one more time and then stepped away. Without the direction of needing to put stuff away, two of you weren't sure what to do next. He felt a little awkward and Cove shrunk in on himself and looked around. There were more guests heading to the present table, so you turned away and wandered over to a nearby tree where you wouldn't be in the way. From there, you both inspected the area and planned the next step. You were glad that Cove had been invited too. At least you had his company in an unfamiliar place. It's so nice when you have a friend with you in an unknown place. Because then you can be awkward together. You watched him and he gave you a nervous grin. It reassured you a little. You smiled back. What's next? Cove did not appreciate you being put on the spot. My character needs to stop putting on the spot. Birthday party stuff? Didn't seem like time for cake, with people still arriving. Nothing seemed to be organizing yet either. He noticed that himself and tried again. We could find Miranda. That was an idea. Made sense to greet the birthday girl. Okay, we could say hello. Wish her happy birthday. Ask her ask her what she wants people to do. Making all of you offer as a treat. Yeah. I think I've spoken too much in this freaking live stream. This is the most I've ever spoken in a while.
With that point, it was decided the Miranda hunt had begun. So basically, we're gonna go around looking for Miranda. Honestly, I'm getting really close to just skipping some dialogue because my throat is starting to hurt. Hey, look. Uh, oh. Uh, pointing out the real Miranda. She smiled slightly when you both approached, but ducked her head. She seemed a little overwhelmed at being the center of attention today. Well, if this is the shy girl and she's having a big birthday party, I wouldn't blame her for being awkward about being the center of attention. Hi, Cove. Hi, Phoenix. Happy birthday. I'm not saying that again. Thanks, I'm really glad you could come. I think I'll put it on auto. Can I put it on auto? Yes. It's a great looking party. Thank you. Is there something we need to do, or should we just hang out? Oh, well, you can talk to people if you want. There are games that are going to start soon. And the bounce house should be later if you feel like jumping. And after that, it's cake and present time. I'll have ice cream too. After that is when people start going home. I hope that's okay with you guys. I think I'll just read characters' dialogue rather than like all the other stuff. Thank you for telling us. Give my voice a chance to rest. I think that line is a line that is voiced by like the actual voice actress for her, so at least I didn't have to read that one. I really hope you're enjoying the stream, Danny. It's good to have someone to interact with. At least, I mean, Andrew was here for a short bit, but I think he realized I don't think I want to watch this because it's not action games. Uh, just gonna talk to Cove, I think. Also having to peek over this stupid tablet because it's slightly in the way of certain options I can't see. It's still on auto, isn't it? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Mood. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put the headphones back on for a little bit. Oh, you open tomorrow? Yikes. Well, hopefully we get through this chapter real quick. We're gonna play high stakes poker. It's obvious. Obvious, huh? Look at this crowd. Yeah, these are high rollers. Oh man. Mm, 4 days a week. Yikes. Ooh, yay. Cookie. That's such a fun game. Boy. I don't think I've played that game in like years. I think the last time I played something similar, it was for a baby shower. Hmm. I think probably after this moment in the game, uh, typically I think I play at least 5 out of the 10 steps in the games before I go move on to the next step. But I think just for because it's been so long and I kind of want to get the series kind of in a sense done quickly. I think I might just do these 2 steps because they've taken up a lot of time. And then move on to step 3. Yeah, baby shower is so weird. I don't get it. Who came up with the concept of a baby shower anyway? I mean, obviously you want to give gifts to the parents to be, whatever. I don't get it. I'm gonna reach to the right. Did I win? Did I win? Apparently I got really close. Hmm. How does one pin the tail on the opposite side of the tree? Oh, I won! Tiny claps. Tiny claps. I won. Thank you. Congrats on the win. Artificial banana flavor. Ew. Banana flavored candy is gross. Ugh. Do you want some? Claps all around. That was something I remember doing in middle and elementary school. Like when they were like round of applause, they like everyone would do this. What's it taste like? Your victory. And berries, I think. Oh, ha 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 ha. Very funny. I am handing out party favors. Do you want one? Ooh, I love party favors. That is a lie. Some party favors are not that great. Not unless it's candy. If it's candy, heck yeah. No thanks. gonna take a crown. At least a fake crown can be reused for if you're doing something like dressing up like royalty. I'm gonna make Cove wear one. I'm gonna make Cove wear a party favor. You should really try it. It'd be great. Ah, poor kid. What's he gonna pick? It really completes your look. When did you get so fashionable? I'm a party animal now. Really? Of course. I keep accidentally hitting out of auto. I'm trying to keep it on auto so like it doesn't like just blur by so you can still read. I mean, technically you can pause the video at any point and just read whatever it is. Oh, I chose a crown. Oh, it's cute. I don't know how to feel about this. I feel kind of silly. Does it look weird? I think he looks great. He looks cute. Oh, thanks. Oh, poor Bean. Dang, I almost got the 2 hour mark. Oh, it's the candy catching game. Okay, I kind of remember this from a previous playthrough. Um, and I know I can either make my character try like really hard and actually like win. I've never played through it with my character like losing. I don't know. Think I'm gonna have them win either way because it's more fun. Could we be partners? Aw, let's partner up with Cove. Let's do it. He beamed and he started. Why am I reading again? I'm so tired. Okay, I can't take him seriously with that crown on. I seriously can't take him seriously with it on. It's kind of funny looking. Like, it's cute, but it's also funny. Oh, I missed some dialogue. What did he say? Oh, he tried one of the candies. Uh, what did it taste like? Raspberry or cherry. It's red, so strawberry? Maybe. Pomegranate. We love when candies are like just vague flavors. That's why I prefer to get candies that specifically say what flavor they are. Because if it's non-specific, I'm like, what is this flavor? Makes no sense. I think I'm gonna just skip over the dialogue in this section because it's just whatever. It's just we're not seeing the game. Just them just casually playing, having fun. It's not serious or whatever. I'm gonna try my best. Da, da, da. This is becoming more familiar. Again, it's been a while since I played this, but I'm starting to remember some of this stuff. Yay! We won! We're gonna hug him. We're gonna hug. Super cute. We did it! Oh. We demolished the competition. Ooh! Yay! More sugar. That's exactly what two teens need. More sugar in their system. Ooh, now we can go in the bounce house. How fun. I hope you're having fun. Aw. Just a bunch of kids having fun in a bounce house. Always more sugar. Not for me. I'm drinking zero sugar. Not sponsored by Snapple. You're so good at this. Yeah, another voice line so I don't have to read it. Love that. You're so lucky, Miranda. Hey, I can launch someone if you want. If I jump in front of you, then your bounce will go higher. Okay, launch me. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Again, it's been a while since I've been in a bounce house. 3, 2, 1. Ah, super cute. Just fun. Fun birthday stuff that I don't get to experience anymore because I'm an adult. Woo. We just. Adulthood's just great. You all had fun bouncing around, twirled. Miranda did stunts. Cove futilely tried to touch the highest tip of the castle ceiling. Oh, so cute. I think, yeah, Miranda's a character we interact with, yeah, I think I already mentioned this. She's a character we interact more as we get older because she becomes one of our closest friends. But this is like a great introduction. Nothing but sad adult birthdays. Dude, the highlight of my birthdays is always visiting you. Honestly, sharing my birthday celebration with you is much better. Because our birthdays are so close to each other. So it's like, who better to spend it with than someone who shares your birthday month? Ooh, noisemakers. I like noisemakers at birthday parties. Those are fun. It blew hard enough to unfurl the paper completely straight and jutted toward Cove, almost tapping his chin. Cove wasn't gonna let that stand and retaliated back. Oh, so cute.
Oh, great. You people again.
Oh, yay. Danny, you're gonna be introduced to the most annoying character in this game. Well, not the most annoying character, but one of the most annoying characters, at least in this step, that you'd have to watch the previous live stream for this game to know who he is. He's he's a jerk. Ah, give it up for Jeremy. Whoa. We love annoying bowl cut kid here. Didn't I already explain this? Do you have memory loss? Are you really that stupid? Seriously.
I didn't walk here.
My parents brought me. Apparently, I couldn't just stay inside like I wanted. Oh, I want to punch this kid. No, they insisted I get out and enjoy the day and have fun on vacation. Blah, blah, blah. They found a park 'cause I hate the beach. Too bad I also hate parks. Ugh, it's dirty here. They don't know anything. Can I just... Oh, and they saw this stupid party and decided to bother some adults by asking what was going on. They think maybe we could be included. It's moronic. Get it now? That's how my parents are. Annoying and embarrassing. Why would anybody want strangers at their birthday? Why can't they just... Why can't they ever just leave things alone? I don't want to be friendly towards him. He's so mean. That doesn't sound very bad. They're doing normal parent stuff, try and making you happy. They don't want me to be happy. They want me to be happy doing what they want me to do. Ugh.
So dumb.
How can people really go around in those embarrassing party hats? Do they think it's fun or something? How could a human being be so dumb? Oh, I'm gonna kill this kid.
just kind of nice to do party stuff. I am not surprised an empty-headed person like you would think that. Oh. Oh, he asking for it. Oh, he's asking for it. Oh. This kid's getting kicked. Just because you don't know how to be happy doesn't mean no one else does. It's not our fault you hate everything. It's not okay for you to take it out on Phoenix. She isn't doing anything wrong. You are. Phoenix can humiliate herself on her own. She doesn't need you to step in and do it for her. I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted. I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to punch him. I want to punch him. I shouldn't punch him. I'm going to take a sip of drink. I'm going to take a sip and calm down. Hmm. Slap. You know what? This kid's getting punched. This kid's getting punched. You want to drown his words out with the noisemaker? Fine. We'll be a pacifist. We'll be a pacifist. You're both. I don't have like a noisemaker to make a sound. You're. There you go. Didn't take long for him to piece together that you weren't going to let him speak without interruption.
Stupid.
How stupid. I don't think we should say that. But I am going to say he's ruining someone's birthday. Why don't you just leave us alone if we're so awful?
Dumbasses.
Rude. Talking to you is pointless. Dumbasses. What a rude kid. Ah. Can't listen to his noise maker if you're louder.
It's okay.
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine too. Thank you. Yeah, Jeremy's the real nasty kid. He's definitely one of those kids that thinks, like, oh, the world's awful. Nothing can make me happy. Or it's just, I think either they're mad on purpose or they're just so upset that they want to make other people more upset to make themselves feel better. I don't really know. I think there's an explanation in like a later step of why he's the way he is. I just don't remember. I can't believe it. The look on his face after you started with the it was hilarious. How can Jeremy be like that? He shot at us. He barely knows us. And it was a birthday party for someone that he's never met. Oh yeah. Jeremy is totally nuts. I don't understand him at all. I don't think
matters what we do around him. Jeremy's just gonna yell no matter what. You shouldn't worry about it. Do you want to tell your moms? About Jeremy, I mean? Oh, shoot. I remember I think with how late you joined, you didn't get to see what our moms looked like. Aw, man. I'll have to go to a step where you can see them then. Thanks for asking. We're gonna not tell the moms. But let's not. I don't think it'd help. Okay. I'm sorry, Cove. It's my fault you were wearing that hat in the first place. I don't mind. I don't mind that you did. It's been fun. This whole day has been fun. Except for Jeremy. And he's gone now. Well, no more noisemaker. Thanks, Phoenix. I like how we can be there for each other. It makes me feel better about that kind of stuff when it happens. Yeah. I guess I think I see somewhere free there, if that works for you. Yay! Cake time! I'm getting tired. I will skip past cake time. Plus, again, we've been going for like forever, and I do want to get to either another step before I end stream, or get to the next part. Danny, again, I encourage you to get this game. It's really good. Forget how much it is, though. Is there a... and this... Oh, yeah, I don't have my old files in this game, because it's on my laptop, so I can't skip. Darn it. You gotta sleep. Okay. You do want to get the game? I'll take a look back on Steam to see how much it is, and I'll message you. I don't think it's that much. I think it's like maybe $14. I could be wrong. But then again, there's also the DLC stuff, and the DLC stuff is a little more pricey. Because again, there's the DLC packages for all the other steps, or not other steps, the other moments. And then there's the wedding DLC, you know, for when you get married to whoever you romance. Yeah. Let's just get through this step. Again, you can probably watch this part back as much as you want, like when you have free time, and read whatever you missed. And also, obviously, you'll get to play the game at some point. Oh, do you have a gift card? Oh, that's good. That's good. If you have a gift card, definitely you should get the game. Okay, save point. Save point. Save the damn game. Jeez. Okay. As much as I want to play one of the other parts, I think I'm just going to end the summer so we can go to step 3 in the next video for this. So we're going to end the summer. Makes me sad. But it's okay. There is no way denying it. Today was the very last day of summer. Tomorrow you were heading to class.
I don't want to go to class. It's a bummer. Summer had been so much fun. When you thought about going back to school, it was with a sense of loss. Okay. Night night, Danny. Sleep well. Hopefully you can rewatch this stuff tomorrow when you have a break or you're off work. And hopefully I'll be streaming again tomorrow, the next part. See ya. Summer had been so much fun. When you thought about going back to school, it was with a sense of loss. Soon you wouldn't be able to choose how your days were spent. Oh, you're gonna wait for that. You're gonna wait for this? Okay. Without the school bell telling you where to be. Yeah. Saddest part about summer vacation ending, going back to school. We technically don't have to go to school. Except me. I have college still. Bum, 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 bum. Oh yeah, it's the last day of Kyra's visit. And I'm gonna say I was happy to know her, though I didn't get to interact with her this much in this playthrough. But that's okay. Oh yeah, and Cove's coming to visit very soon. You turn to your desk where you had a box containing your accessories resided. The anklet! Yes! Oh, that's cool. It brought up the anklet thing. Your eyes bored into the box. Should you wear any for Cove's visit today? Oh, we're gonna wear one. We're gonna wear an anklet. Your heart pounded as you slipped the hoop through the clasp and fastened it into place. Would Cove spot it? Your face grew hot as you imagined how he might react. The next thought that crossed your mind was, we're gonna go meet him downstairs, so because we can't wait. We just can't wait. You bounded down the stairs, your hand gliding over the rail. You wanted to make sure you got there first. If you didn't hurry, your moms might answer it. It was only a minute later when the doorbell rang. As you'd chosen to stand beside it to wait for Cove, there was no delay pulling it open. Cove was there, just as expected. Seeing you, he flashed a bright grin. Hi, Phoenix. Hi. Smiling, you beckoned him to come in and follow you upstairs. Back up in your room, you sat down on your bed and waited for Cove to settle in as you knew he would. With other guests, you might have offered them to take a seat, but you and Cove were long past those tentative stages of friendship. Your room was as familiar to him as his own. Bleh. You watched as Cove sat down in your desk chair, his preferred spot. He rolled it closer to the bed to make it easier to chat, tweaking the angles so that he was facing you fully. Once happy with the position, he leaned towards you, hands held in his lap. His actions weren't the ones of someone who planned on moving from his spot anytime soon, even though you had an appointment to keep together that day. When is your mom leaving?
Don't worry about it.
We've got some time. She's still gonna shower and stuff before she goes. She didn't want me to keep hanging around while she was doing that. He lifted his head, his gaze drifting out the window, and he chuckled. I can't believe she's already leaving. Just when I'm getting used to her being here every day. Time's going by so fast. He cocked his head thoughtfully before shrugging. He ran a hand through his hair before shaking his head, as if shaking off the topic like a dog whipping water following the dip into the sea. He looked at you, this part as if he was
about to speak, but instead his eyes widened and his mouth closed into a tiny frown. Something had caught his attention. Something wrapped around where the end of your leg met your foot. He cast his eyes back up to your face, then down to your ankle, and back to your face. He repeated the process once, twice more, as if struggling to hold the two items in tandem. Maybe he was weighing up whether this could be a coincidence or not. Or maybe he was just too shy to verbalize his thoughts, or was still trying to find the words. And this was the most he could manage. The tension made you feel, I'm gonna say amused. It was hard not to laugh at Cove's scrambled response. You stifled your laughter with a hand clasped firmly around your mouth, even though you could feel the way the smile had lifted your face. On his next glance back to your face, Cove saw your expression had shifted. You watched as his bewilderment eroded into mortification as he realized he had been caught staring. He quickly spun the chair to face the wall instead, allowing you a glimpse of the flesh had spread, allowing you to glimpse the flesh that had spread all the way to his ears. He twisted in his seat, wringing his hands and determinedly avoiding looking at your direction. It seemed he had decided against saying anything at all. Does it look good? Cove mumbled something unintelligible as he slumped lower. With how he was hunched over, the quiet words had no chance of reaching you. You weren't going to get anything out of him in this state. You waited for him to come around before speaking again. Finally, he piped up very softly. Did you do it 'cause of what I said before? I mean, you know. The last few words were whispered as if they were a precious secret. The ankle bracelet. Maybe. He squeezed his eyes shut. You had no idea if the answer made him feel better or more nervous. Eventually, he looked down at his lap where his fingers were flexing and curling in an awkward dance of nerves. His chest rose as he breathed deep. Well, it looks good on you. That's so cute. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, sweet Cove. Oh, having him over here was so nice. No matter how you spent the time, you always felt be better for being in his company. Oh, I swear, if we don't get the option to kiss this boy, I'm gonna be mad. Ooh. Uh-oh. Hmm. We're gonna tell him we like him. Okay. Ooh. So we can either say it verbally, or we can kiss it, just kiss him, or we can ask to kiss. You know what? Consent. Consent is key. Consent is key. So we're gonna ask. Ask. Oh my gosh. Cove, could we kiss? Cove's eyebrows shot up fast enough that they could have flown off his face. As a match, his mouth might have dropped off his head for how much it fell open. Why? He clapped his hands over his mouth, eyebrows lowered, but his expression no less terrified. Oh no, I didn't mean, that's not how I meant it. It's not a bad idea or something.
But why just say that right now? I don't want to wait any longer. Cove's chest began to rise and fall visibly as he swallowed short breaths in quick succession.
Sorry.
Sorry for being weird, it's just, I kind of thought or hoped that sometime something like this might happen with us talking about liking each other. You did? You were thinking about it before? He nodded ever so slightly. Your face felt a lot hotter than after that. Cove brightened a little at your positive reaction, and his explanation continued. I, well, could sort of picture how it might go, what it'd be like with you and me. But just the first part, I couldn't ever imagine anything that come after. And now it's actually happened. We're there. He took a deep breath, another deep breath, stuttering on the exhale.
That's
This makes things different. This is hard for me. He gave you a wan smile. Or a wan smile. My bad. I don't know. I know. I'm sorry I'm bad at this. Finally, Cove drew in a breath deeper than you could ever thought his lungs could hold. He must have managed somehow, however, because he held it in without so much as a puff exhaled. That would have made sense if he had been about to dive underwater, but sitting in the middle of your room, it was an odd, concerning choice. Cove, are you alright? He didn't respond, sitting as rigidly as a statue. You were about to get up, or at least nudge the chair with your foot, when he let out a breath and took another. This one, while deep, wasn't as dramatic. Okay. His voice cracked on the word, the O squeaking out, followed by a dip on the second syllable. You perked up, straightening in your seat. It wasn't clear whether the response was to your original question or the follow-up, where you'd asked if he was all right. But having him speak up again was a good start. We can. I mean, we can kiss. I want to do that. A gasp escaped you. It was okay. He wanted to kiss you. Alex, smooch that boy. You tangled yourself from your resting position and stood up. Realizing your intent to actually go for it, Cove straightened up in his chair, his hands coiled together in his lap. As you moved towards him, you noticed his knees knocking together as he trembled. His decision not to rise from the chair made perfect sense. If he was that shaky while sitting down, there was no way he'd manage to stand without at least one of you falling over. Your legs brushed against his quivering ones as you came to a stop in front of him. He was staring up at you. As you leaned in towards him, he echoed the motion and drew in towards you. I know, they're such babies! It's so cute! Once you were close enough to feel Cove's breath on your face, you closed your eyes. The last thing you saw was Cove's quickly doing the same. Smoochies! It's so cute! Your lips met Cove's for a moment. His lips were pressed tightly together, unyielding, but it was alright. You were kissing him, and he was kissing you. Your stomach somersaulted. You couldn't believe it was really happening. In that moment, you felt warm, and it felt nice, and it felt right. You drew back, and Cove slipped down into the chair, the knuckles of his hands pale after gripping so tightly. Thinking that he could do with some space to breathe, figuratively and literally, he took a step back. Cove shot up, his stance rigid. Cove plastered a hand over his mouth, his eyes shut tight, his back then became bowed, shrinking him down.
could only make out a few words as he managed to summon. Oh, I can't believe we actually. His eyes flew open wide, but he didn't look your way, let alone meet your gaze. We kissed. We kissed. You watched him adoringly as he tried to gather his senses. He only slammed his eyes closed once again. Did you like it? He was still holding his hand to his face, but in an attempt to answer, he emitted a muffled whimper. With that obviously not working, he uncovered his face at last, bringing the hand to lay against his chest, looking at you. Yeah. Precious babies. Precious babies. I'm so happy. So cute. I did like it. I'm glad that we, you know, so cute. He swallowed, seemingly unable to speak the actual word. You can relate. It was really embarrassing to say it out loud. He grinned, thrilled to experience that the experience had been a welcome one. The smile on Cove's face was real but weary, not unlike the one he wore after a long, exhausting day of activity. Like when he had made a new personal best. The work had been hard, but the reward had been worth it. Oh, my heart's full. My heart feels full. Phoenix, I like you. Oh. I've played this so many times. I know this is the response, but I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna freaking cry. Oh. A lot. Probably way too much. Oh. Thanks for waiting for me. So cute. I can't. Oh my god. I can't. My heart. My heart. I like you even more. So cute. See, I thought you didn't like this, Danny. So cute. Just so adorable. My cat looks sad. Ah, killing me, man. Alright. I didn't even look at the time. Oh, wow. We've been going on for a while. And this is not even over. Does this mean I'm your boyfriend or something now? Should we tell our parents? I don't know what dad or mom would do. Oh, baby. Yeah, there's no way our moms would let us have a boyfriend yet. I wish we were older. You didn't even know how much older you'd have to be before it would be permitted. Oh. So sweet. We can get it to work. We always figure things out, sooner or later. Oh. Yay! Here come the parents. Whoa. God, I'm kidding. the rest is, I think, just basic, like, end of the day, say goodbye to Cove's mom and stuff. But I forget, did you see Cove's mom? Danny, have you even seen any of the parents? I forget. I don't even know if you've seen any of the parents.
Oh.
Have you? I don't know. Not yet. Okay. Well, you're gonna see the parents real soon then. Or at least I think 2 of them. I don't know if you see the moms in this part. I don't remember. Oh, poor kid. It's hard when your parents are separated. I mean, they're literally separated by a state border. His mom lives in Nevada. It's not that far. There he is. There's Cliff. Handsome, very handsome man. You could see where Cove gets some of his looks. Very handsome man. And then there's mom. There's his mom. Ugh. These two give me gay panic, man. Why are his parents so freaking attractive? Like, why? It's not fair. It's not fair. You did not just call Cliff a dilf. Oh my god. He's not even that old, I don't think. Because I think I remember from earlier playthroughs, they were like either teens or young adults when they had Cove. I don't remember,
Hi.
but they're young parents. Yeah, the bi panic is very strong. Just the pan panic is very strong. The panic. The panic. Oh, freaking kill myself someday for that joke. That was not a good joke. But yeah, you can like see kind of like, oh, where he gets his green hair and such. And he kind of has like a bit of like a mixture of like, I think they're like their jawlines. I don't know. And he gets his eyes more from his dad. They're really pretty. Why are they pretty? They're so pretty.
I'm so glad.
Honestly, if there was an option to date the parents, I would take it. I wish it was an option. I wish it was an option, but it's not an option, which sucks.
What do you think?
Oops, I think I skipped at something. Whoopsies.
What's wrong?
Oh well. Yeah, Cliff has a bad habit of going behind people's backs, doing stuff on his own. He's learning. He's learning still.
It's okay.
I'm trying.
He's a good dad. Pat pat. Good dad. Oh, there's 2 viewers in the chat. Wait, who's in the chat now? Who's here? It's time for Mama to go. That's sad.
What's up?
Oh, there's Derek. There's our friend Derek. We didn't get to hang out with him that much in this step, but that's okay. That's okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
She says that like she's actually experienced all the steps, and it's like, dude, we didn't get to go through all the parts. Alright. I think we're almost through this step. Almost. Almost. Really not really, but whatever. Again, they're literally separated by a freaking border. Why do you need to take a plane to Nevada? Just drive. Well, it'd probably be a long drive, but still. Aww. Poor Cove. He's gonna miss his mom.
Cove.
That's sweet.
Bye.
It's also really nice to see kind of like communication between separated parents. I will say they have like probably one of the healthiest relationships, being separated as parents rather than be together. Of course, obviously, their relationship was worked on over time, but oh yay! There's one of the moms.
Well,
And there's our other mom. Our moms are so pretty. Why are all the parents so freaking attractive? It doesn't make sense. Because again, you can't date them. You can't, especially can't date your own parents, because obviously, awkward. It's no fair. It's no fair. No fair.
how sweet. It's okay.
Oh yeah, it is getting real close to midnight. We better wrap this up real fast. Oof.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, I'm starting to like fall asleep kind of right where I am, and I really need to get this makeup off my face too before midnight. Oof, God, I did not plan this stream out very well. Definitely gonna have to do the next stream a little earlier in the day. That's probably what will be best.
Come on.
True.
I keep glancing down at the chat, so expecting to see any replies, but I think it's like become just quiet 'cause I'm watching now.
All right. That's fantastic.
Sleep. Gee, Andrew, you come right as we're gonna end stream. What the hell? Dude, I think we all need sleep. All three of us. I'm just trying to get through at least the epilogue of step 2, so then I could save right before you're feeling fat. Danny, honestly, just go to bed. You're good, dude. You've seen probably like more than enough than you need to see at the moment, and you at least got to see
So,
the characters getting together. So you're more than welcome to go to bed, dude, because you open, and I don't know what time your store opens and whatnot. So honestly, if you gotta go to bed now, just go, because I think this is gonna still take a while, and I don't want to click through the dialogue too fast. But I probably should just start clicking rapidly. Night, Danny. There'll be more tomorrow.
maybe?
Night, Andrew. Thank you guys for coming to stream. I really appreciate it.
Uh, mm-hmm. I know.
Mm. Jeremy. Jeremy, jerk. Yeah, no more late streams for me. Nope. In fact, while I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna prepare a makeup remover wipe for myself and put this on auto and just start taking off makeup for the night. Because, again, it's late. It's later than I think I should have been up. And I should work on removing at least a majority of my makeup before stream ends. Yeah, a lot of this seems very familiar to me, probably from previous playthroughs. So honestly, I'm not going to pay attention. I'm going to the chat now, so I have no reason to keep talking. So I'm just gonna do what I need to. And we're also going to just save a little bit here. Because I don't know when it's going to officially end and go to the next step. And I'd rather save before all that. Alright. Guess I'll have some lip color on my lips from earlier. And my lips are stained. Something like that. Okay. We're cleaned up. Honestly, this is a good stream. Even if only 2 people showed up, at least those 2 people are my best friends. I had a good time. Whew. Oh yeah. Gone on 3 hours now, god. 2 steps and then the epilogue of the step. Well, 2 moments and the epilogue of a step. In 3 hours. That is the slowest I've ever played this game. That's okay. I'm just gonna go through the rest of the dialogue real fast so we can get out of here before we really go over time. Anyway, if any of you are rewatching this step and don't want to miss dialogue, go ahead and pause whenever you need to. Ouch. My bad. I say that jokingly.
Not bad.
God, this is going so slow.
There, there. Okay. Talk to you later. Well,
And here comes the moment for if you didn't pursue Cove, but pursued moments with Derek, it would vary. Answers would vary.
sucks.
I think if you are only like indifferent or fond towards Cove in this step, Derek asks like a very specific question. What if you respond a certain way? Of course, he's asking if we would want to be with a guy, and of course, we could see ourselves with one.
So,
Of course, he's asking if there's someone we know, and we can either say we don't want to say that or we like Cove, and because we have a crush on Cove, we're gonna say this. But if we said like probably there's no one, or if we were not fun to like have a crush on Cove, I believe his response would be to ask that in the future, if we're both still single by a certain point, that we go out with each other. I think. I don't know. I think that's part of the Derek DLC in the future. It's still being worked on. Yeah, and I can't wait for that DLC to come out when it does. Don't know when it's coming out still. Running off to see our boyfriend. We're literally 3 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. This is the longest I think I've streamed ever on my own.
I mean,
skip through dialogue because it's getting really late. Oh, Jesus. This damn kid.
Phoenix.
Why is he so fucking romantic? It's so ridiculous. So cute. Okay. We have officially arrived at the in-between. And we are going to bed. After we had changed our damn character looks. Freaking kill me. Okay. I'll just pick a random hairstyle. Honestly, I just don't have energy to care right now. Excuse me. I think we'll have colored hair too, maybe. Yeah. Might bleach our hair. Or dye it black. Or just go full platinum. Let's dye our hair. Let's go kind of blonde. Nah, not blonde. Not. Let's go redhead. Let's be a redhead for our teenage years. And we're gonna change our pronouns to they. Acne. Yeah, we're not gonna have acne. Maybe change our earrings. Yeah, we're gonna have some gold hoops. We're gonna make our lips a little thicker. Clothing types. Oh yeah, we have braces. I had braces in the last part. We're gonna get rid of our braces. And we're gonna add pants back into the equation. And we're going to... We could wear a ring if we want, or wear no ring. I think we're gonna go with no ring. And this is if we want to like wear a headscarf and such, instead of have our hair. But we're just gonna go with just our hair having the way it is. We're gonna have short nails. We're gonna have them painted black, and we can have a nose ring if we want. I don't think I want a nose ring. Okay, and we are done. And now we're gonna save here. We're gonna leave this for the next video because we are now 2 minutes over the 3-hour mark, and we are 10 minutes away from midnight. So thank you all for watching. It's been a very long night. Super long. So, we're gonna end the stream here. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like and a comment below. Subscribe maybe. I don't know. I'm losing it and I'm starting to fade. Again, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with more of our life, beginnings and always. Next stop, teenagehood. As well, young adults. We're gonna be young adults in this next step. So that's exciting. See you guys later. Bye.